What's up? What it do is Big O with another faction reaction video. I want to send a shout out to the content creator that put this together and much love, and respect to all women out there that's known to speak the truth and to keep it a buck and don't mind speaking their mind, you know. But this video right here is gonna hit hard to a lot of women out there, uh, especially modern women out there. It's going to really hit hard. Um, if you get offended easily, uh, if you work off in your emotions, you wear your heart on your sleeve. In other words, this video ain't for you. My channel ain't for you. But if you don't mind the truth, you're looking for the truth, and it give you something to think about, just go ahead and stay and watch the reaction video, and y'all just speak y'all mind. But always keep it a buck when you do, all right? Let's go ahead and get into it. Facts.
Today, we're diving into a hard truth that many avoid, but can no longer deny. The sisterhood has failed women. For years, the collective message pushed by pop culture, social media, and even some women-led movements was simple: you don't need a man. You don't need a family. You just need yourself, your hustle, and your independence. But now, many women are waking up to the emotional, financial, and generational cost of those beliefs. The idea of sisterhood was supposed to uplift, protect, and guide women, but instead, it often created unrealistic expectations, encouraged separation from men, and ignored the importance of stable families, fathers in the home, and long-term security. In this video, we're unpacking how the modern version of sisterhood may have actually left women more vulnerable, more alone, and more disillusioned than ever, and what needs to happen if real healing and truth are going to take its place. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because we're not just talking, we're telling the truth. For decades, the concept of sisterhood has stood as a unifying banner for women around the world, a symbolic and social alliance forged in the fight for equality, dignity, and shared struggle. It was once powerful, noble, and necessary. From the suffragette movements of the 20th century to the feminist waves that followed, the sisterhood was seen as a sacred space, a bond that encouraged collective advancement, mutual protection, and community support in a society that often marginalized women. But in 2025, a haunting reality is beginning to surface. The sisterhood has failed women, especially modern women. 1. From solidarity to competition. The original purpose of the sisterhood was to uplift all women, regardless of status, background, or life choices. Yet in today's world, many women feel more judged by other women than by men. The rise of hyper-individualism and social media has turned the supposed solidarity into silent warfare. Beauty standards, once imposed by patriarchal structures, are now enforced and reinforced by other women through platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. From shaming natural bodies to glorifying unattainable aesthetics, the sisterhood has inadvertently contributed to a toxic culture of comparison and superficiality. 2. Selective empowerment and hypocrisy. Sisterhood in its current form has become conditional. Support is offered only to those who agree with a specific ideology, often third-wave feminism that centers on sexual liberation, financial independence, and rejection of traditional roles. Want to be a stay-at-home mother? Criticized. Desire a husband and children early in life? Mocked. Choose modesty and virtual values. You're labeled oppressed. Women who seek fulfillment in family, faith, or femininity that doesn't align with progressive feminist dogma are shunned, not celebrated. Empowerment has become exclusionary, with only certain choices deemed valid. 3. Broken promises of fulfillment. The sisterhood promised modern women that independence, freedom from traditional roles, and sexual liberation would bring joy, power, and peace. But the results have been sobering. Record levels of depression and anxiety in women. Millions of women in their 30s and 40s alone, childless, and longing for connection they were told to dismiss. A workforce filled with overworked, underappreciated women, many burdened by student debt, job stress, and rising cost of living without the family support system they once saw as outdated. Women who had it all: career, degrees, social clout, quietly asking, was this worth it? Modern empowerment has often traded soft power, grace, and relational success for a hard, lonely hustle. 4. The weaponization of sisterhood. The sisterhood has at times become a weapon used to silence dissent, cancel opposition, and enforce conformity. Women who speak out against feminism's excesses, critique hookup culture, or advocate for family values are labeled pick-me's or misogynists in disguise. This isn't sisterhood, it's control. When a woman's worth is measured only by her alignment with ideological trends, rather than her dignity and individuality, the community becomes toxic. Real sisterhood should leave room for nuance, humility, and disagreement, not dogmatic enforcement. 5. Failure to protect the next generation. Perhaps the gravest failure of the modern sisterhood is its abandonment of younger girls. Rather than mentoring them with wisdom, many older women today feed girls a diet of sexual freedom, materialism, and emotional detachment, setting them up for heartbreak and regret. Instead of encouraging discipline, self-respect, and long-term thinking, much of the culture says, do what makes you feel good right now. From OnlyFans to sugar dating, girls are being socialized to commodify themselves, not protect or value themselves. And many in the sisterhood clap and applause, calling it empowerment, when it's often just exploitation in a different wrapper. 6. No accountability, no healing. One of the most damaging patterns within failed sisterhood culture is the lack of accountability. Many women are encouraged to blame everyone else, men, patriarchy, capitalism, but rarely take a hard look in the mirror. If you're single in your 40s and miserable, society says it's men's fault. If you made poor decisions, slept around, or rejected good men, it's the system, not your choices. Without accountability, there can be no growth. And without growth, there can be no healing. 7. What true sisterhood should be. The idea of sisterhood is not dead, but it needs resurrection. True sisterhood leads, corrects, guides, and loves. It's a space where women can be honest with one another about regrets, mistakes, and desires without fear of ridicule or rejection. Real sisterhood values both intent and nurturing, support and softness. It doesn't pit women against each other or men, but seeks harmony, cooperation, and legacy. The fallout of fatherless homes. The absence of fathers in the home isn't just a choice, it's a crisis. Decades of dismissing men as optional or unnecessary has led to a generation of children, especially in the Black community, growing up without consistent male guidance or leadership in the home. While many single mothers try, the reality is that two parents bring balance, accountability, and structure, not just income. Children raised without their fathers are statistically more likely to experience poverty, behavioral issues, academic struggles, and emotional instability. This is about shaming women to do better. It's about acknowledging that what was sold as liberation has created long-term consequences. And the sisterhood rarely talks about those costs. Where was the accountability? One of the most glaring failures of the modern sisterhood is its lack of accountability. Women are encouraged to support each other no matter what, even when decisions are clearly leading to broken homes, cycles of poverty, or emotional damage. The culture often rewards silence over honesty and feelings over facts. And as a result, too many women were affirmed in their pain, but never challenged to grow through it. Sisterhood isn't about blindly agreeing with each other. It's about loving each other enough to tell the truth. But the truth was drowned out by applause for being independent, strong, and unbothered, even if behind closed doors, life was falling apart. Independent, but at what cost? Independence was pushed as the highest virtue, but very few women were warned about the loneliness, financial pressure, or mental exhaustion that comes with doing everything alone. Being able to survive without a man became the goal, but no one asked, is mere survival the life you truly want? Now, thousands of women are facing layoffs, high rent, evictions, debt, and emotional burnout, and they're doing it alone. Because when the support system of sisterhood fades and there's no husband or father to lean on, the weight gets unbearable. Time for a new narrative. It's time to admit that the sisterhood, as it currently stands, needs a reset. Not because supporting women is wrong, but because how we've been doing it hasn't worked. Real sisterhood should build virtuous women and strong families. It should uplift truth, encourage accountability, and support husbands' marriages, not demonize it. We must stop pretending that doing it all alone is the ultimate badge of honor. True strength isn't isolation, it's interdependence, wisdom, and support. We need to stop glamorizing struggle and start promoting stability with a husband. Conclusion, time to rebuild. The modern sisterhood promised liberation, but often delivered loneliness. It promised freedom, but fostered chaos. It promised empowerment, but yielded exhaustion. It's time for women to revisit what community, purpose from the Bible, and what womanhood actually means. To break free from the ideologies that failed them. To redefine sisterhood, not as a weapon or a clique, but as a sacred bond rooted in love, truth, and legacy. The sisterhood failed, but the story doesn't have to end there. It's time to heal, rebuild with a husband, and reclaim what womanhood was always meant to be, following the Creator's laws.
Women out there that this video fits, do you think the sisterhood let you down? Do you think society led you astray? I would like to know. I know y'all like to speak your mind all over social media, but it's very few of you who will speak your mind or say anything at that point about the truth. When it comes to the truth, All you hear is crickets. Just let me know. Did the sisterhood let you down? Is she speaking straight facts? Do you think she's speaking straight facts? I do. I see y'all in traffic. Until another big old factual reaction, I'ma holler at y'all. One.